Celtic were back in action last night under new management and were back to winning ways. We will go over the fallout from that match in today's video, which includes Kris slamming the club. Not only that, we will also cover all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours.
But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.
Former Scotland winger Neil McCann was full of praise for Johnny Kenny after the young striker's standout performance in Celtic's 4-0 win over Falkirk on Wednesday night. Kenny bagged a first-half double to set Celtic on their way to victory in Martin O'Neill's first game back in charge, leading the line with energy, movement and sharp instincts inside the box. Speaking on BBC Sports Scene after the match, McCann said Kenny's display was hugely encouraging, given ongoing questions about Celtic's lack of attacking options. He was particularly impressed by the striker's positioning and quick reactions in the penalty area, traits that helped him grab 2 poachers' goals. There's a lot being said about Celtic's lack of activity in the transfer market, McCann said. He looks the type of player that's going to give defences trouble. Give him service and he'll get across people, as he's shown today. But he worked hard for his goals, being clever in the mind and finding good positions. I think Celtic played forward quicker today. Kenny, who enjoyed an impressive season with Shamrock Rovers last year, has shown he can score goals domestically and in Europe. With Kelechi Iheanacho currently sidelined through injury, the Irish forward has a real chance to build momentum and earn a consistent run in the team. After a turbulent week at the club, the comfortable victory provided a welcome boost ahead of Sunday's League Cup semi-final clash with Rangers at Hampden Park. Now for the main story, as Kris has blasted Celtic for their poor handling of John Kennedy's departure, accusing the club of showing a lack of respect toward one of their longest-serving figures. Kennedy, who spent 27 years at Celtic as a player, coach and assistant manager, quietly left the club alongside Brendan Rodgers earlier this week. However, it took almost 48 hours for the club to confirm his exit, and when they finally did, Kennedy wasn't given a dedicated farewell message. Instead, Celtic issued a short, generic statement that bundled his name with other departing staff members in a single paragraph. Speaking on Sky Sports, Boyd didn't hold back. The one I do feel sorry for is John Kennedy. For somebody with the service that John's given, 27 years and 24 trophies as a coach, to be treated like that is not good enough. Was he even shoved out the door? When did he find out he was gone in the newspapers, or when the story broke? It's just not good enough. I know Celtic will say they looked after John Kennedy after his bad injury, and that's fine, but at the same time, he should have been treated better. Kennedy's exit ends a near 3-decade association with Celtic, during which he served under 6 managers and played a key role in numerous title-winning campaigns. For many supporters, the lack of a proper tribute to such a loyal figure underscores the growing disconnect between the Celtic hierarchy and the wider fan base, tensions that have only deepened since Rodgers' dramatic resignation earlier this week. Dermot Desmond was spotted in the director's box at Celtic Park on Wednesday night as Martin O'Neill oversaw a 4-0 win over Falkirk in his first match back in charge, marking a significant moment in the club's turbulent week. In other news, it was a dream return to the Celtic dugout for Martin O'Neill, who guided his side to a dominant 4-0 win over Falkirk in his first match back as interim manager, ending a run of back-to-back defeats and setting up perfectly for Sunday's League Cup semi-final against Rangers. Celtic produced their best attacking display of the season, with goals from Johnny Kenny 2, Benjamin Nygren and Sebastian Tunekti sealing a much-needed win and lifting the mood at Celtic Park. But it wasn't just the football that had fans smiling. During his post-match press conference, O'Neill delivered a hilarious one-liner when asked about James Forrest's performance. "I thought Forrest did brilliantly for us tonight," he grinned on Celtic TV, considering he's the same age as me. The 73-year-old's sharp humour drew laughter from reporters and perfectly captured the lighter tone around Celtic after a chaotic few days off the pitch. Forrest, who turns 35 next summer, rolled back the years with an energetic display down the right flank, helping set the tempo in Celtic's most fluent performance in weeks. A commanding win, a smiling manager, and a bit of classic O'Neill wit. Celtic fans couldn't have asked for much more on his first night back. In other news, Martin O'Neill's return to the Celtic dugout after 20 years couldn't have gone much better. Celtic's 4-0 victory over Falkirk not only brought a much needed lift after a chaotic week, but also saw the Hoops record an XG, expected goals, of 4.48, the highest total by any team in the Scottish Premiership this season. That figure highlights just how dominant Celtic were under O'Neill's guidance in his first match back in charge, with his side showing urgency, intent, and attacking freedom that had been missing in recent weeks. Fans went home happy with both the scoreline and the performance. A Johnny Kenny double, followed by goals from Benjamin Nigren and Sebastian Tunekti, sealed a convincing win and closed the gap at the top of the table to 6 points. Hearts drew with St Mirren on Wednesday night, dropping points for just the second time this season. Beyond the goals, Celtic carved out chance after chance, registering their most fluid attacking display of the campaign, a clear sign of O'Neill's immediate impact on a team that had looked short of confidence and creativity under Brendan Rodgers' final weeks. O'Neill, back in the dugout for the first time in 2 decades, now prepares to lead Celtic into Sunday's League Cup semi-final against Rangers, with the mood around Celtic Park transformed after one emphatic night. Lastly, Kris Sutton has hit out at Celtic's footballing structure, questioning what head of football operations Paul Tisdale actually does at the club amid the ongoing fallout from Brendan Rodgers' resignation. Speaking on Sky Sports, Sutton criticised the lack of clarity surrounding Tisdale's role and Celtic's overall recruitment and football strategy, saying that the current structure appears disjointed and ineffective. Just in terms of, I mentioned Paul Tisdale, came to the club. A lot made about him coming to the club. What does he do? Sutton asked. He's the head of football operations, but what does he actually do? The recruitment strategy itself, there doesn't seem to be one. Dermot Desmond can come out with his statement and what have you, but if there is a strategy, it certainly isn't joined up. That's the problem. Tisdale, a former Exeter City and MK Dons boss, was appointed in October 2024 to lead football operations at Celtic. His role was designed to modernise the club's structure, oversee recruitment, and provide long-term direction. However, Sutton echoed fans' frustrations, arguing that Celtic's hierarchy has failed to show any coherent plan, particularly following Rodgers' abrupt exit. Reports this week claim that CEO Michael Nicholson and Chairman Peter Lawwell were blindsided by the summer signing of Kelechi Iheanacho due to poor communication with Rodgers, further supporting Sutton's point about a lack of alignment between football operations and the boardroom. With the search for a new permanent manager now underway, questions about Tisdale's position and Celtic's football direction are only likely to grow. Tisdale is reportedly helping to identify Rodgers' replacement, with Craig Bellamy believed to be high on his shortlist.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.